Hello there, space wizards, plastic spacemen, and rebel princesses. This is Todd Hoffman and Trent Hoffman, and you're listening to Big T and Little T, a Star Wars podcast. Welcome to episode 72. Today we're going to be talking about Star Wars Resistance, episode 6, From Beneath. Uh, Unfortunately, Trent couldn't join me tonight, but he is here in spirit, and we do have a listener's question that he will be answering later in the show. So we had fun last weekend. Trent is in flag football, and he had a really fun game and broke a couple tackles, and he's doing all this fun stuff. And then afterwards, we went to Shipshewana, which is in Indiana. And Shipshewana is like an Amish community kind of town, and so it was cool to have the kids kind of experience a different culture and just see different things that they don't normally see, like a horse and buggy on the side of the road just doing their thing. And yeah, it was fun just kind of checking that out, and we had a good time there. The weather was perfect. We did a little pee-wee golf at this golf course on Sunday called Ninja Golf, and it was pretty cool, and we had a lot of fun there. And yeah, we just had a great time just kind of hanging out and just getting a change of scenery. And so that was a fun little thing on the weekend. And then tomorrow, oh my goodness, we have Star Wars Vision. So probably when you listen to this, it would already be out, but uh, we are super excited for Star Wars Visions, and it's going to be cool to see. I always called it anime, but here in anime or something. So I don't know, anime, whatever animation you want to call it. But yeah, we're super excited to see. Uh, this it's a different project. I love that it's non-canonical, and we get to see different awesome studios do some Star Wars content. So I am so stoked for that, and we should be. Yeah, we're gonna review it next week. It's happening. It's got to happen. So yeah, and then you know, it's always good when the Bears win. So the Bears won last weekend, which is great, and I won in fantasy football, which is even better. So it was good to get on the win because I lost week one. So now week two, here we go. I won. So I'm super stoked about that. But yeah, I'm going to Cleveland this weekend to support the Bears versus the Browns. So it should be a lot of fun this weekend. So looking forward to that. But hey, we're here to talk about From Beneath. This is episode 6 of season 2 of Star Wars Resistance. Let's just get right into it. This is a common Star Wars trope or theme, is always these creatures. We see this throughout Star Wars. A lot of great tales of just how we interact with creatures and all that kind of stuff. So let's just kind of dive right into this. The official description is Cass and his friends head to Flick's home world to search for fuel, but has a deep core drilling awaken a fabled creature? Well, it would be a very short episode if it didn't. So we kind of know where this is going. The again, we have the Colossus needs some fuel. They take this commuter shuttle that we've seen before. I believe we've seen this. The style is very much like um, episode 2, like when they're on Coruscant. They take this kind of shuttle. Very similar. It's got this kind of Star Tours kind of feel to it, which is fun. And they have a very rough approach. They're going to Dragar 3 or Dragor 3, which is Flix is from, which is his home planet. And a lot of turbulence, not a very, as Anakin says, another happy landing. And so they land kind of abruptly on this platform. There's no one there. It turns out his cousin works this mine, and when they get up, they've been core drilling, which is not always good. Flicks really just says, hey, you know what the legends are, and his cousin is not having anything about it. We find out that Flicks wanted to be a cantina singer or something like that. So that was a little backstory that we didn't know about Flicks. And somehow he ended up on the classes. We don't know. But there was a lot of ribbing, and it wasn't a very friendly family connection there. A little salty. So we have that. So the idea, Kaz comes up with the idea of, I will fix the drill because the drill is offline if you give us some fuel. And the Flanks is his cousin's name. So we got Flicks and Flanks. Flanks is his cousin. They shake on it and they go down into the abyss. So it's a super long mining shaft down to where they're drilling. And so now it's Castora, and they go down there. Flix is down there as well. And Orca is as with them. And so they're going down there, and they're still talking about this legend. Halfway through, they see something in the background. Again, it's still and the atmosphere is very cloudy, and even in this mine, there's a low visibility, so they can't really see anything. And so it's a little scary going down there, and Kaz definitely feels like he's seen something. There's some rock movement, and then unfortunately, there is a functional problem with the elevator, and they slow it down, and then it slips, and so Kaz is trying to do this hand mechanism. It's not very good. So Tora and Orca, they bounce out. They get on top of the elevator, like, okay, we're gonna get on to the track, and then it just plunges. The whole elevator plunges. Kaz, CB, and Flicks and Flanks are in a pickle. They both jump, and then the elevator crashes. They are now split on either side. So Kaz is by himself. Everybody else is on the other side. So it's we have to kind of meet in the back, and essentially so they can get back together. And so that's the plan. And wouldn't you know that Kaz runs into this dragon. And so it's a Karnax dragon, I believe it is. Um, kind of very cool design. It's a little scary. It has low eyesight, or it just can't really see very well in the space. But so Kaz gets up really nice and close to the dragon. He's holding his mouth. It's kind of funny, but he's like, I'm not going to make a sound. And so they then go around, and still Flanks does not believe him that there's a dragon. And that's where it gets a little crazy. Meanwhile, Orca and Tora are trying to climb up. It's really far. I don't know how they did it. I would have just like let go and say, okay, I'll see you later. But they're climbing up top. They're trying to get to the platform to get to the shuttle to help them out. So as they reunite, Kaz is like, I seen the dragon. Flanks does not believe it. And then that's when they have a little altercation. The dragon shows up, grabs Flanks, and then kind of burrows into where he came from, where the drill was at. And so obviously the crew has to chase after him. There's a chase sequence. At this point, Tora and Orca are on the surface. They have to get the shuttle. And so they understand that this creature is sensitive light, so this shine light into his eyes and try to get our boy flanks out of his mouth, and they kind of free the cave. Perfect. Everything's great. Problem, there's more dragons. So now we have a couple more dragons. It's not looking good. Um, so they essentially use the drill to kind of seal the cave and try to get out of there. They force the dragons back in the cave. And yeah, they're large and in charge. Um, they essentially get out of that pickle, and it's smooth sailing after that. But it was a pretty cool. The team that they reconcile. They're back together. Flanks and Flicks are back together. So the cousins make up there, which is good. They can have the fuel. They gave them the fuel because they earned it. Um, so and it's funny because it says they says Kaz also asks Flicks about his cantina singing. Flicks does not want to talk about it, but it does acknowledge he has some singing pipes, and that's pretty much it. That's how the episode ends. Kind of on a lighter note when you have a big monster, scene here. But it was a fun episode. I mean, this is a pretty cool episode. Not too much going on here, but again, it allows Kaz and Tora to have a stronger bond there. They've been through some stuff. Flick, it's always good to have Flicks and Urka with us. It's just a fun episode. Again, I really dig kind of any creature episode, and yeah, I just like the title too, From Beneath. But there you have it. That is episode six of season 2 of Star Wars Resistance. Hey, you can find us on the socials. Yes, it is true. You can find us at Big T Little T Podcast on Instagram, BLILT Podcast on Twitter, and then twitch.tv /Big T Little T. We're trying to do that a little bit more. But we got some stickers. Hey, if you want to email us a question or leave us a 5-star review, give us a screenshot or retweet it or whatever, we'll throw a sticker in your face, and we would love to share love. And here's some feedback. Hey, let us know what you think of Star Resistance episode 6, the From Beneath. And yeah, we would just love to hear, or if you have a Star Wars question. So we got one last week, and just in a bit, you're going to hear Trent and I break that down. And so we got that from a listener named Jeff. And so you're going to hear this very shortly. But yeah, we appreciate all your feedback. And yeah, just tell your friends, tell your family, tell your coworkers about Big T, Little T. We want to spread the word and get out there. Like I said, next week we will be listening to, we'll be watching Star Wars Visions. Then you can come back and listen to us break down those episodes. I'm really excited for, like I said, it's really cool to see something that is, it's just going to be super cool to see a totally different way of looking at Star Wars through animation. Again, we do this all the time. I mean, we're looking at animation now with Star Wars Resistance, but it's just cool to see it. It's gonna be cool to see it from these awesome studios, and so we're super excited for that. I hope they do more of it. I can't wait to just get my eyeballs on there and dig all this cool stuff. But yeah, we have this really long question from Jeff that we I'll just set it up, and you're gonna hear it really soon. So next week, taking a pause from Star Wars Resistance, going to Star Wars Visions, but you know how this goes. Truly wonderful the mind of a child is, And may the force be with you always. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. So I'm going to tell myself, hey, Todd, hit that thing about that listener question. Here you go. Talk to you soon. Bye.